The number of patients that are triaged in an emergency room is recorded every hour for 10 hours. We want to find what values of X scale, X min, and X max we should use to draw a histogram with 4 classes, and we want to construct that histogram. So to do that, we're going to start by going into Stat and Edit, and we're going to type our data in. So in this case, it's 6, 10, 11, 23, 19, 8, 8, 6, 5, and 10. Now it helps a lot here to be able to actually find our specific values, what the range of it is. So this is where we're going to go into Stat, and we're going to sort ascending to make our lives a little bit easier. And when we do that, we're going to put in list 1, close that parenthesis, and press enter. This gives us the done symbol. So now we can go back into Stat and Edit, and all of our data is sorted. Now, what this does for us is we see that our minimum value is a 5 and our maximum value is a 23. When we're looking to find how big our X scale is, we take that max value, we subtract the minimum value, and we divide it by how many classes we want, okay? Because we want to figure out how wide it is, and then we are dividing by how many breakup pieces we want. So in this case, we want 4 classes, so we're going to divide by 4. 23 minus 5 is 18, and 18 divided by 4 is 4.5. Now, what you'll notice here is that we have all whole numbers in our data, which means when we round our X scale, we're going to round to a whole number, and you always round up for X scale. If we round down, then we're never going to actually get to that maximum that we're aiming for. So this means that our X scale is going to be 5. So let's go ahead into our calculators again, and we'll click second, stat plot. And we'll go ahead and turn our histogram on by turning on plot 1 and on. We'll go over to our histogram. We see we have list 1 and frequency, which is great. And then our window, we already know our X scale should be 5. Now, what does that mean our X min and X max should be? Well, our X min should match our actual min. Our actual min here was 5. Our X max is not necessarily going to equal our maximum value though. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, if I start at 5, and I have 4 classes that are 5 each, because our X scale is 5, right? Then I'm really looking to add 20 additional here. So this is really an X max of 25. So again, notice that 5 was our X min, and this 5 is our X scale. 4 is the number of classes we have. So we're trying to figure out how far over do we actually want to go. 25 is now going to be our X max. So we type that into our calculator in X max, and we go to our graph, and we see a histogram with 4 pieces to it. We hit trace. Our first one says from 5 to less than 10, there are 5 values that fall into that interval. There are 3 values that fall between 10 and less than 15, 1 that falls from 15 to less than 20, and 1 that falls from 20 to less than 25. And that's how we construct this histogram after first deciding the X scale, X min, and X max for the problem.